Ladies and gentlemen, this is Dave from OrgoneGenerator.com coming to you from Orgone Farm on a beautiful spring evening. And tonight I want to talk to you about a very important topic. It's something that I use every day, and it will help you and it will drastically increase the flexibility of using your Orgone generator, okay? And that topic, and I kind of covered it in my last video, but the topic is generator codes, okay? It is assigning a code to your Orgone generator, which then enables you to use the generator without being physically present with it, okay? So I'm going to talk through the nuances of that, and I've got one right here. So let me tell you what this is. If you apply a code to your generator, the code needs to be minimally unique. Okay, Carl used to use really long strings of letters and numbers. I personally use shorter, and I'm going to talk about that actually more in depth in the next video. I'm going to talk about how I do operations, how I lock them in. But bottom line, you need a minimally unique code for your generator. And so, you know, for what I use, I tend to do this format: 3 letters, 4 numbers, 2 letters. Okay, and I memorize the code, and that's something I really, if you're gonna do it like me, I really recommend that you memorize your generator code. For a few reasons. One, that will help you, that'll increase your connection to your generator. So even when you're not with it, you'll still have a mental connection to it. And also, like, in terms of locking in operations, like running operations, which I'll talk about in the next video, memorizing your generator code will really help, like, making more powerful operations. Okay, and so again, the key phrase is minimally unique. And so what you do is this. So I've got my Rad 5 Orgone generator right here, made by Carl Welts himself. Got the blue lights, which is not normal. That's just what he had at the time, and I actually love it. So, and you can see right here, I've got a, and this is an example. So, whether this is minimally unique or not, this is not what I would use. I'm just using it as an example. So to apply it to your generator so that you get the full power from your Orgone generator, I can put it in the ring. I can put it right here, and these are connected by a cord. I could put it under the box. Okay, I tend to like to put stuff, when I use the physical generator, I tend to like putting it in the ring. But what this allows you to do, and don't try to steal my juice, by the way, because I'm taking this out. This is an example. So don't be writing down the generator code and then trying to run operations using my generator. It's not going to work. Which that actually gives me another video idea. So what you should do is come up with a generator code, minimally unique, put it in your generator, and then what that allows you to do is use the generator while you're not with it. Let's say that, like, the generator is at your house, okay? You're traveling, you want to run an operation. If you know your generator code, then you can run the operation. You don't have to be next to your generator. Like, Orgone moves instantly at any distance. Even if even the other side of the known universe. So if you're on the other side of the world, but you have your generator code, you can still access the energy from your Orgone generator. And I'll show you how to do that in just a second. And also, something else the generator code really allows you to do, and this is very, very important, and there's going to be more information on that very soon. It allows you to use software. We have, Carl created software years ago, which we sell. There is other software, perhaps that will be introduced soon, that is an improvement. And so if you have a generator code, then you can use that software. So instead of having to even, like, use a piece of paper, you can just get on an app on your phone and throw in the generator code, and then the generator will, then you'll have access to the generator. So a generator code is extremely important. I use it for literally every single operation I run. I use it every single day. And so let's say that I've got, this is my generator code, ABC123, right? Do something different than that. But so I've got it in my RAD5. So now my RAD5 is, it has that code. So let me show you. So here's how you can do this. Now, all right, so to run, the basics of running an operation are you need a target link and a trend link. Target link, trend link, target, trend, life energy. The generator provides the life energy. Target link, that can be a picture of someone. It can be a video of someone. It can be your mental impression of someone. It can be DNA, an identical structural link. All right, so that's your target. Trend is basically, like, it could be a written statement. It could be a picture that means something. But in essence, you need a target, a trend, and life energy. The target is represented by the target link. The trend is represented by the trend link. Okay, so what I like to do usually is put my target and my trend on the same page, like the same structural link. That is completely fine. Okay, and so I'm going to give you an example, right here. And hopefully you can see this, but if you notice, look, I've got my code. So all operations in this document are energized by Orgone generators with code ABC123, ABC123. Okay, so that's enough. That's all you have to say. It's literally all you have to say. And something I will note is that if you have multiple generators, you can just, I would recommend creating an array. So put all your Orgone generators together and have them touch, okay? Then you're getting like the combined juice. And we believe that the whole is greater than the sum of parts with that sort of thing. So yeah, if you have multiple generators, put them all together, and then you can apply one code to them, and it'll be the whole array, okay? So all you have to say, all operations in this document are energized by Orgone generators with code ABC123. We do our meta trends, which I talked about in the last video. My target, me, Dave, and you can use like blood, or you can use hair, and if you're not targeting yourself, you can use a picture, or you can use a picture of yourself. Like, so I put the target on the same, and if you see, I've got target and then I've got trends. You put that on the same page, okay? And then you run your trends. And so let's say that like your generator is at home, you're traveling, but you want to do an operation. You could take out a piece of paper. As long as you put the code on it, the generator code on it, this operation here is going to be energized by your Orgone generator. So that's the type of flexibility that it gives you. Orgone, like I said, travels at any distance instantly. So it is non-local. And by using a generator code, you have access to your generator at all times. And again, like with software, if you put in a generator code, then that's going to hit the generator. Like that's going to use the generator, but you need a minimally unique code. And again, I use 3 letters, 4 numbers, 2 letters. Memorize your generator code. Memorize it. Like I do this every day. Like if you memorize your generator code, that increases your mental connection to the generator and helps you run more effective operations. So come up with some sort of code that you will remember, and really just memorize it. And every single time you run an operation, I'm going to talk about this in the next video. Every single time you run an operation, think of your generator code, and that will help you. That will help you run really powerful operations, because you are more consciously and intentionally pulling on the power of the generator. Okay, So generator codes, extremely powerful. Like I said, I literally use them for every single operation. And if you let's say you have 4 generators and you don't want to make an array, you want to separate them and have one do one thing, one do another thing. Just make different generator codes and memorize all of them. And always put, like, on your structural links, always put the code. Always put the code. So that, like these operations are being energized by this generator. If I were going, I could take this to the other side of the planet and it would still be, and these operations would still be energized. Okay. When your code equals your generator, okay, by having the code here, your code, and I'm going to talk about this in the next video, your code equals your generator. When you write the code, if you have a code in your generator that is minimally unique, when you write the code, you are in essence sitting or standing or holding your generator. That's what a structural link is, and that's a really important point. So I definitely recommend that you use generator codes. And I'm going to talk about how to, next video I'm going to talk about, there's a whole bunch of related topics, okay, like how to lock in an operation. So I'm going to talk about that in the next video, but bottom line, no matter what generator you have, use a generator code, memorize it, okay, learn it, live it, love it, memorize it, and that is going to increase the effectiveness of your operations. Okay, so this is Dave from OrgoneGenerator.com. We're going to drop more videos. Use a generator code, all right, and let us know if you have any questions.